Hi everybody, and welcome back to a brand new season of Hoplite. Tomorrow on February 1st, Season 3 will arrive on Hoplite, so sit tight as we go over everything our new season has to offer, from the new duos game mode to new legendaries and even some new duels games. This new season is out of this dimension. Let's start off with duels. Duels has undergone some major changes, starting with Royale, which has been removed. Okay, before you freak out, we know this was everyone's favorite mode, but instead you'll be able to select it as a preset in custom kits and have even more options and customizability. For example, now you can play with more than one legendary in the kit, like Tim the Enchanter. And before, only VIPs could use legendaries and custom kits, but now everybody can. We did this so that more people would use custom kits because there's just so many fun settings that you can play with and things you can do. Alright, now the really awesome part. We are adding 3 new duels modes: bridge duels, boxing duels, and parkour duels. In bridge duels, you'll race across the bridge and attempt to enter the opposing player's goal. First player to enter their opponent's goal 5 times wins. If you've never played bridge duels in 1.20 before, you're in for a treat because there's tons of strategy involved and it's tons of fun. In boxing duels, you'll have nothing but speed 1 and a diamond sword, and you'll take no damage. The first player to hit their opponent 75 times wins the round. And last, but definitely not least, parkour duels is a mode where players race to complete a parkour course first. You can't take too much time on the jumps though, as an ender dragon is chasing you and destroying the map as the match progresses. And some of our testers were having a little too much fun with this. And you can use parkour duels as a preset in custom kits, so if you wanted to, you could versus your friends with legendary weapons. Next up, let's talk about everything that's new with our Battle Royale game mode. We have 3 new basic recipes to go over. First is Agony. This potion does 6 hearts of damage and gives weakness 1. Neptune's Brew is the new Dolphin's Grace potion, which lets you chase people down in water. And finally, the Light Netherite Sword. This sword is halfway between a diamond sword and a netherite sword, and it does 0.5 extra attack damage. And it's also worth mentioning that nether reactor cores will now always spawn with at least 1 ancient debris. Also this season, we've gone back and modified a crafting recipe for one of the legendary weapons. We do this to make sure that legendaries are always rare and exciting. Here's the new crafting recipe for the Magma Club. Also, there is a change in nether structure rates, and now bastions and citadels have become a bit more common. And finally, now after each Battle Royale and Duels game, you'll be able to properly track your leveling progress via a progress bar that will be sent in chat at the end of matches. Did you guys hear that? Oh right, almost forgot. The end dimension has been enabled. Strongholds will spawn in 25% of games, with 10 to 11 Eyes of Enders in it already, meaning players will only need to add 1 to 2 to enter the end. The end is restricted to the main island, so there's a world border, and the end transporters that normally teleport you to the outer end islands will not spawn when a dragon is defeated. The dragon also takes 2 times damage from projectiles, and entering the end portal after defeating the dragon deploys the player's glider above the center of the overworld at 0-0. But why on earth would I ever want to go to the end in a Battle Royale Marbar? Well, by defeating the dragon, you'll obtain a key ingredient used to craft a new legendary weapon. But more on that a bit later into the live show. Let's talk about the last addition to the Battle Royale game mode, which is the Duos mode. A week after Season 3 releases, the Duos game mode will be added to Battle Royale. In this mode, you'll be paired with a random player or your party member, and you'll go against 60 other players, that's 30 teams total, in a fight to be the last duo standing. The Duos mode will be added on the same date as our first ever Hoplite creator event. The Hoplite live streamer event is an event we hope to host frequently, and on the 10th of February, you'll be able to watch your favorite streamers, both big and small, play the first ever game of Hoplite Duos. After this, the Duos mode will be available 24/7 for a limited time only. In the meantime, let's chat about cosmetics. With Season 3, crates will be returning to Hoplite. Marking the return of crates is the Valentine's Day crate, which I am super excited about because I think Hoplite is lacking some cute cosmetics and kill effects. Some of the items in this crate include an extremely rare heart armor trim and a new adorable pet, the pink fox. And of course, the brand new Season 3 token shop where everyone will have the chance to unlock new cosmetics by unlocking tiers of the Season 3 Battle Pass. And the last new thing with cosmetics. Now you can equip the random cosmetic feature. By favoriting cosmetics, the random cosmetic feature will randomly pick between one of your favorite cosmetics before each game. We're almost at the end, but before we show you the 4 new legendary weapons, we have to go over our clip contest winners. Starting with the best trapping clip is Zoo's UHC, who got our Battle Royale mode confused with Whack-A-Mole and hit 6 unsuspecting players into their trap.
I mean, they're coming. They're here.
All right. Oh.
Got one.
There's a lot more. You have to...
Getting another. Got another. There's 4 of them. I'm trying to get them all in. I got 2 more. I got 2 more. 3 more. 3 more. 4 more.
Oh my god.
I got them all. I got them all. Holy f. They're all dead.
The second category is funniest clip. And the winner of this category is Maceroni, who is really excited about finding a scrap in the Ares blessing.
Oh, I need 2 obsidian.
I got a scrap! I got a scrap! I got a scrap!
You are a moron.
And I just had to pick a second for this category. Next up is Wheeze, who somehow experienced Hoplite's first ever horror game mode.
What the hell? Yo!
Our final category is Best PvP Clip, and the winner is Phantom 4K Trey, who survived a 1v3 on only half a heart.
You get him, you get him.
I don't have water. I don't have water, Phantom.
Oh,
I got 1 shot! I got 1 shot from that high? No way.
I need to clip that, I need to clip that.
Thanks to everyone who submitted their clips. Alright, and now what you've all been waiting for, let's go over the new legendaries. To start off, we're rotating out 4 legendary weapons to make sure that there's not too many recipes to keep track of. The legendaries that are being removed from rotation are the War Pick, Dragon Katana, Reaper Scythe, and Enderbow. And now for the 4 new legendary weapons. The first legendary weapon is called the Reinforced Elytra. This is an elytra that offers the protection of an iron chestplate, and when the player hits the ground after gliding, the built-up energy is converted into an explosion that doesn't harm the player, but harms all those around them. And by sneaking midair, you'll activate a rocket boost once every 70 seconds. Here's the crafting recipe for the Reinforced Elytra. Next up is the Aglos. This spear weapon has the attack speed and damage of a diamond sword, but can also be thrown like a trident. When thrown, Aglos creates an explosion. The damage and effects of the explosion are determined by the enchants applied to Aglos. After the spear lands, it instantly teleports back to the player before entering a 5-second cooldown before it can be thrown again. And here's its crafting recipe. Next, the Shadow Blade. This is a sword weapon with the attack speed and damage of a diamond sword. Right-clicking will gain speed 3 and full invisibility for 10 seconds. And while invisible, only particles at your feet can be seen. Taking damage or critically hitting another player will cause the invisibility and speed to end early. This ability has a 35-second cooldown, and here's the crafting recipe. And finally, the Void Staff. This is a staff weapon with 2 modes, and the first mode is a teleport mode. Right-click once to place a portal block, then right-click a second time to create a second portal block. All entities that enter the portal will teleport to the other portal, including things like mobs and lit TNT. The second mode is Shulker mode. Right-click to launch a Shulker shell. When the Shulker shell lands, it creates a small explosion that gives levitation to every player in its range and spawns 3 to 5 Shulker bullets that seek out enemies. And here's its crafting recipe. And that concludes the Season 3 live show. We hope you enjoyed the new update tomorrow.